Hey guys, welcome back to Sunny's Favorites. I'm Sunny. Today we are at the National Museum of Ethiopia. We are in Africa. It is beautiful here. We're going to go inside and we're going to meet Lucy, who is millions of years old, and figure out why Ethiopia is called the land of origins. It says third lower molar. Look how big that is. Oh my gosh. These animals are huge. Apparently this is what we used to look like, what our skeletons used to look like. That's insane. This says cranium of a female, South Africa. Wow. Millions of years ago. That's so crazy. This is salam, partial skeleton. The word salam means peace in many Ethiopian languages. So here we are. Here is Lucy. So it's the partial skeleton. That's insane. It says internationally renowned, also called Dinknish in Ethiopian. It means that you are wonderful. Discovered in 1974. Only about 105 centimeters tall. So I feel like that sounds short. So she was, she was short and petite. Oh my gosh, 3 million years ago. Found right here in Ethiopia. And that is why it is called the land of origins. Look at this. What I find the most interesting is that there are so many different kinds of skeletons down here. This one was called a robust one, which says that their jaws were a lot wider and their teeth were kind of like ground down, which means that they probably were chewing like abrasive or like really hard foods. This one says that they were not chewing hard food. And so it's just so interesting to see like how our skeletons adapt and form through like generations to fit our needs. I think that is so insane. Now this is Boise. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but another robust skeleton, and it says it has thicker cheekbones. I guess whatever they were eating needed to not scratch or like poke through their mouth. That's so interesting. It also says that it was a very well developed chewing muscles and one of the larger brain skulls. I guess they're really smart. So this one was found in Tanzania and Kenya. That's kind of cool. These are some of the earliest known fossils of the Homo sapiens, which is this, originated in Africa. These were found in 1997, which is very recent. Analysis of volcanic rock and ashes show that they are about 160,000 years old. These are blades and tools that our ancestors used back in the day to help them like exploit various resources. If they were hunting animals, like catching fish, plants, some of them were used for scraping bone and wood and like shaping things, I guess survival. Wow, look at this pottery. Awesome. So this is funerary material. Fish-shaped identity mark, bracelets. Wow, made from copper. Wow. This is a replica of Dungar, which is considered a palace. You can see this replica is so detailed. It says that it had gardens outside, storage areas, and underwent a lot of construction. It had a Roman brick heating system, which I think was pretty advanced. This is pretty neat. This can be found in Axum, Ethiopia, which has so many churches in the ground, like cave systems, which is pretty cool. They had earplugs back in the day, I guess. Wow, that's pretty sweet. Jewelry, utensils, cooking pot, jugs. Wow. The fact that they're like still intact, it just speaks to the craftsmanship. So Ethiopia is known for their rock-hewn churches, a lot of which can be found in Lalibela. So a lot of these buildings and churches were made from one rock that they just constructed into different areas and developed the inside and made rooms. One rock is insane, but I mean, I guess it makes sense. Construction is or was not what it is today. All right, guys, so now that we've we've learned a little bit more about our ancestors and how our mouths have adapted to be able to survive, my jaw is not that strong, but we are now going to take a look at some of the archaeological heritage of Ethiopia and see some artifacts that people are still using today, that are still around, and I'm just curious on how they've preserved them. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick little history tour with me at the National Museum of Ethiopia. I learned so much. I'm not the biggest history buff, but this was so entertaining, so I hope it was for you too. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, guys, see ya.